Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a light display for our garden using a watering can. So the supplies I purchased all were from Dollarama. So the first thing I got was the watering can. I found it at Dollarama for $4. You're also going to need a plant stand. I bought this one last year. However, they do have them in stock this year as well. And this one just sticks in the ground. And the last thing you're going to need are some lights. I picked up these solar lights for $4. So I really like these solar lights that I picked up at Dollarama. It comes with this solar panel, and on the back it has two buttons. One's a mode button, changes the settings, and the other is an on-off button. I'm also going to be using a drill that I had on hand. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to have to drill some holes into your watering can in order to weed these through. So you're going to drill one hole in the bottom of the watering can, and then you're also going to drill 5 holes in the spout of the watering can. So just a tip, when you're drilling the holes, the bigger you make the hole, the easier it will be to weed your lights through. And the hole on the bottom can be bigger as well. So once you have your holes, you're going to start weeding them through the can. So you're going to start with the bottom. So the solar panel is going to be in the ground. So you're going to find the end of the lights and start weeding them through the bottom. Once you have all your lights weeded through the bottom, you're then going to find your end again and then weed it up through the spout and out and hole. And then once you get the length, you're going to then double it and go into another hole and then weave through and keep doing that. So another little trick is I'm just taping the end of the lights to a wooden skewer. And this is going to give me the stability to place it up through the spout and out through the hole. So it's going to make it a little more easier. So weeding the lights through is very tedious. When I was making the holes, there's some sharp edges, so you don't want to damage your lights. So you kind of want to go slow. So you're just going to keep weeding the lights through the first hole until you got all the lights through. Then you're going to take your end and go in through the same hole, and we're going to attempt to bring it through another hole, and we'll continue on until all the lights are used up. So you should have double lighting in each hole at the end. So I had to go ahead and make bigger holes to try and weed the lights through the second hole. So I'm going to leave this length, and at the end I'll just stick that one in there for the double. That will be the appropriate length. And then I'm just going to pull for the second hole and weave through the access that's in the can to make the length for the second hole. And then I'm going to try and do that for the third, fourth, and fifth hole. And you just want to make them long enough where they're kind of touching the ground or have a few inches lying on the ground. So now I got 2 done. So you should have 2 wires coming out of each hole. So now I'm going to try and take the next light that comes through and get it up into this hole, and then again pull it out. Try to use my skewer stick to push it up through. And again, you may need to make the hole a little bigger in order to get it through. Okay, so I got the third one through. I'm going to continue leading. So when you're trying to get your next part in the new hole, the easiest way is to fish it out using your wooden skewer. So you just put your skewer in, try to find where the wire is, and scoop it out through. So just another tip, I did use my wooden skewer. Sometimes when you're pulling the lights through, they get stuck in the spout when they're coming up widthways. So I'm just using my wooden skewer to kind of push them back so I'm able to pull them up. Or you can also use a twisting method. You can twist, and it kind of twists the lights and then pull it out. Once you have your lights feed it through the spout, you're going to go ahead and set it up in your garden. So you'll put your solar power in the ground, your panel, and then you're going to put your plant hook in the ground as well. And there's two ways you can either secure your watering can to the hook. You can either use a zip tie, or I will go ahead and show you how to drill some holes in the back of the can and stabilize it with the hook that way. And you can also take your wire from your solar lights and wrap them around the hook to make it look a little neater. So here I'm just drilling a hole at the top of the handle and then one under the handle, and I'm going to feed the plant hook through those holes to stabilize the watering can on the plant hook. If you don't want to do this, you can also use a zip tie. They always work well too. So here is the finished product. I'm just going to give you a close-up of how I got that hook in there. So I drilled the two holes, placed the hook through, and it really stabilizes the can well. And then I also took the wire from the solar lights, wrapped it around the plant hook. There's a solar panel. And it really turned out well. It was very tedious to make, but I love the outcome, and it just looks beautiful in my garden, and it really lights up in the night.